Hey everybody. Yeah, last time, oh, I'm all healed up. That's awesome. Um, but last time, what happened was I created made it to where it could swap animated lights, and then where you could swap the light type from spotlight to animated light. And basically there was a bug and that there was the duplicates in here. So that's basically kind of like what happened was I had a list of addresses and one address was in there twice. The same address was in there twice. And so we fixed that by not adding, I think we fixed it by not adding the address if it's already in there. So basically we say, hey, let's look in the list of addresses. So now we have a different bug. We actually have almost the exact opposite bug in a collection called animation pairs. So we have a list, or it's an array of animation pairs. We have a list of I, items that pairs that basically one of them is the interface that I carry around, just a light interface, and then one of them is a ThreeJS object. And as you'll see, that basically here, let me just start from scratch for you guys. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a mesh so that we can see it. And I'm going to add it at like -1. And then I'm going to set its width to 100. And I'm going to set its height to 100. And then I'm going to say that it is a Fong because I need to affect light. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear the screen there. I'm going to add a light and I'm going to edit it. And inside of here, we can see it's a point light, and I'm going to animate it. And let's say I'm going to set the light to a position of 1. So animation pairs is empty, and then I'm going to animate it. Okay, so now animation pairs has one value, and that is an object, and that object has two things in it. One of them is the point light, and one of them is the 3 object. And this object, if you look in there, you can see that it is a point light. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, and this is really important, like honestly, everywhere I work, not this current job that I'm in, but we haven't kind of really got hardcore working yet. But everywhere I've ever worked, there's always a bug like this that no one knows how to fix and no one can figure it out. Um, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this from a point light to a spotlight. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to leave this open so we can look at it. And when I turn this to a spotlight, so I was actually surprised that it was actually animating, but the thing is I'm not using the animation pairs to move move things. I'm using it for something else, and I'll tell you where. So as you'll see, we got the correct item in here, but our 3 object is still a point light. Um, and there's no obvious breakage. So this is a bug that could take a year for anyone to notice. And where the problem is if you go to the animation page and you look at the Z position, it's not working. And that's the bug you would get. You'd say, hey, this isn't working. But the problem is that when we change the animation pair, we don't update the 3 object. Now, what's really important about this is that um, this is the opposite of yesterday's bug. This bug is that I have a house that I created that has an address, but I moved to a different house, and I still have the address listed. Now, the problem that is what leads to memory leaks. The problem is that object only exists because we have a reference to it. And so that means that this heavy object, this 3 object, um, that's got all this information tied to it, still exists. even though it shouldn't exist, because it's not in the scene anymore, and it's not being, um, it's not used. It only exists. It's a zombie object. It only exists because this animation pairs list has it in there, and no one can ever figure these bugs out. These bugs will often, like they go, oh, it normally works, but for some reason, every once in a while, it just doesn't work. Like I could change all kinds of stuff, and nobody will ever. It'll take maybe ever. Like it might take a year for people to figure out. No, this bug only happens when you change the light type. So, anyways, the fix for this bug. There's a lot of fixes for this bug, but probably the best fix would be, I don't know. I actually haven't done an analysis yet. So we know that we changed and we added the light here. Now the problem is well, let's see what add light does. So add light returns the interface, which is kind of a bummer. So what we need is a reference to the new light after we add it. And let's see. Let's go look at our console log again. So the thing is so this is ID 16 in here, and let's see what this guy's ID is. This is ID 14. So we don't want that to exist anymore. Now another question is let's see, when we go and we add our light and we create our new light, if it's existing light, we don't push it. Okay, and then we do our light items. And then light items. What do we do with the light itself, the created light? Let's see. So we get this light item, and then we push it there, and then, oh, we create a point light here, or we create a spotlight there. So, and then what do we do with this light? Oh, we create a 3 light. We push 3 light into lights. Okay, so we probably also have, the the old light is probably in our list of lights as well. This dot lights. So so we want to remove it probably in both places. And basically we want to make sure that so basically we're doing all this special logic here. So I also want to, let's just say, oh, okay, this filter scenes. Okay, so right here is where we actually remove it from the lights list. Okay, so it isn't in the lights list. But okay, so now we have a new light, so we need to add it. And this is probably an animation task. So in animations in the service, we're going to want to do something like this. This dot animation service dot oh man, the problem is that we need, okay, so what we need to do is get the light from the lights. So this dot, no, const new light is equal to this dot lights dot find, and I believe find returns an array. Returns the value, the value of the first element in the array where, okay, so where it's true. Okay, so inside of find, we're going to want to send it a function. And that function is going to get a light. And it's of type supported lights. So basically, supported light is either a point light or a spotlight. So I'm going to change this to supported lights as well. And okay, so that's good. And what we're going to do is we're going to return the light that we find. Light. If light.id is equal to, so I think if we return true, it gives us our light back. So return light ID is equal to what is this thing called up here? Oh, so that was a bad name. Is equal to, so light is the name of the one that got passed in, right? Oh no. Oh, light item. Okay, so actually we were good with light. So I'm going to change that back because I like that a little bit better. Light ID is equal to light item. So basically, when we added it, the light item, even though we passed it in here, that light item got changed. Its ID got changed. So in this case, it got changed from 14 to 16. So I believe this will give us the actual light that we, the new light that we just created. And so now that we know the new lights, we can pass it to the animation service. So basically, we can say, and then I just want to force it to be a supported light as supported light. So if I don't do this with this version of Angular, it will get upset when I try to pass this because it technically could be undefined, but I know it exists because we just created it. So this dot animation service wonder why animation service dot update light. And we're going to pass it the new light that we just got. Okay, so basically what I want the animation service to do is take this light and go find its pair and replace the ID. So basically in the lights there's a mismatch, and we're going to sync it up again. So go to the animation service. It's probably easier to do this up top. backdated lights, and then this is going to take a light, and it's going to be a supported light. And it's not going to return anything. And then it's going to go through the list. So this dot animation pairs, and it's going to find the pair. So I can't remember what that was. Let's go look at the animation interfaces. How did I do that when I set up the lights? Okay, so animation service. Menu items, supported property dictionary. Okay, I called it an animation pair. I wonder where that comes from. Animation interfaces. Right there. Huh, I didn't see it when I was over there. Okay, so const pair animation pair equals find this dot animation pairs. Oh my gosh. Dot find, and so we're going to pass that a function. Any pair, and that's going to be an animation pair. I'm going to put this on a new line. And pass that a function value, and then basically turn any pair dot item dot id is equal to the light that we passed in dot id. All right, so basically, if those two match, go ahead and return that. What's this? Okay, see, this is the same thing. So as animation pair. So basically, I'm saying I know it's going to be there. So don't worry about it, because it was complaining that this could be undefined, which is technically true, but I don't think it's going to happen. Now, when I find that item, it's going to have two parts, and one of the parts is going to be the three object, and we are going to go ahead and assign it the light. So we're going to override it. So now I don't believe there's any references to that old light anymore. And let's just see if this works. So it compiled, so that's good. To add our mesh, move it to -1. Go ahead and that's still good. Make its width 100, make its height 100, make it a Fong, and let's go to our light, add our light, edit it. There we go. Animate it. Set its Z position to 1. Alright, and now we'll go over to that and turn it into a spotlight, which is cool. Go over here, go look at Z, cross your fingers. Oh, that didn't fix it. Let's see, how far into this are we? We are 20 minutes in. I will, let's see, let's just go ahead and take a quick look at the interface. Oh, you know why? Because um, we didn't, let's just make a small change. I'm just curious. Make this a 2. So we get our new animation pair. Let's go back to animations. Yeah. And I think this is because I did not publish the change. Let's see. It's 16. ID is, oh no, it's still 14. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know, maybe I didn't call update light or update light didn't get called or whatever. But we are pretty far into this video. So in the next video, I will dive deep. I think this should have worked. Animation service. Let's go back to this. 3 service. We call this. We tell it to update the light. Go to that definition. We pass it our new light. Go to the definition, and that didn't. This got called, and this should have updated the light with the one that got passed in. Don't know why it didn't work. Like I said, I'm out of time for today. These videos are going super long, so tomorrow I will dig in and figure out why that didn't work. But happy coding, everybody. Bye.